Brian Williams making a stunning admission. Now, this relates to a report that he issued saying that a helicopter he was in with an NBC News team back in 2003 had been shot down. A report he offered as recently as Friday in a nice way. He was trying to praise the military group that protected the NBC News team, but now it turns out it was not true.
It's completely untrue, and it is very difficult for me to fathom why Brian Williams, the anchor of the top-rated network newscast, the face of NBC News, would tell the story on the air at this ceremony about being shot down back in 2003 in a helicopter over Iraq. Yes, he was in a helicopter over Iraq, and as he accurately reported 12 years ago, another chopper was hit by an RPG and went down. His helicopter landed perhaps an hour later, according to what some veterans are telling Stars and Stripes newspaper. They did not like the Williams saying that he was on the chopper that was hit. There was a sandstorm, and he was grounded for a couple of days. I give him credit for going to Iraq. He's been there a couple of times. But it is very difficult for me to understand, and he has now apologized, and he has blamed the fog of memory. But come on, if your helicopter was shot down, that's a life-changing event. It either happened or it didn't happen, and it's very hard for me to understand how he could make that mistake. And I have to be candid and say it's a major blow to his credibility and that of his network.
This is what he said. I want to run what he said. This is what he said on Friday when he was trying to praise the military for helping him in his, supposedly down chopper. Listen.
The story actually started with a terrible moment a dozen years back during the invasion of Iraq, when the helicopter we were traveling in was forced down after being hit by an RPG. Our traveling NBC News team was rescued, surrounded, and kept alive by an armored mechanized platoon from the U.S. Army 3rd Infantry. Tonight,
he did a full mea culpa and said, I can't believe that I was so confused. I've sort of conflated the two stories. Will there be fallout on this?
I think there'll be tremendous fallout on this, given Brian Williams' prominence as an anchor, as the guy he's the longest-serving network news anchor. And, if it had been a question where a couple of details were exaggerated or fudged, I think, people would be willing to forgive that.
But this doesn't seem, in defense of Brian Williams, as bad as that. It seems like he made an honest mistake, as his accurate reporting of it back in 2003 would suggest.
Well, I've interviewed Brian Williams dozens of times. He's always been a straight shooter with me, but I have to, in the role of media critic, say it may be an honest mistake, but it's an inexplicable one because of the life-changing nature of having your helicopter shot down. Somebody else's helicopter shot down. I'm sure that was traumatic, but he wasn't on that helicopter.
Yeah. Howie, good to see you.